Well, hello everyone, it is Everyday Knife Guy here, and it has been an extremely long time since I made any videos, and I don't want you to think that this one is any commitment to putting out regular content again. Some of you know who have inquired on Instagram where I disappeared to. I've just been going through a bit of a change in life and trying to really focus on something going forward that is pretty important and is kind of a major life change. Nothing negative, it's all positive. But really, I just haven't had the time, particularly for things like Instagram. Sorry, you can see my table has suffered quite a lot of dust while I've been away. For stuff like Instagram and even YouTube, I just haven't had the time to make videos or post anything, and haven't really had the inclination to either, to be honest. And I kind of feel at the moment, if I want to get back into doing videos, it's going to be more basic videos about stuff that I actually want to do, rather than feeling like I need to put out content on a regular basis. So you may see some more stuff coming from me in the near future, you may not, but it will hopefully have a bit more interest and a little bit more passion in it, because it'll be stuff that I actually want to make. So that should suffice as by way of brief introduction to this. If coming back to making videos, I haven't done this for a while. I had to literally remember what settings I have my camera on, where I position my lights in my little workshop here, and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's a bit of a relearning curve going on here, so do bear with me. And I thought, what easier product to start with in terms of doing a video than this one. Victorinox Swiss Army knife I've never reviewed before. This is the Solo, 93mm Solo, and as the name suggests, it has simply one tool, which is the standard Victorinox blade for this size of Alox model. So this is Pioneer family, of course, and I have a couple other Pioneer model knives to show you here in comparison. Very simple little blade, and the one thing that struck me about this right out of the box is it had excellent snap. Of course, you have only one tool in this layer, so you have a spring that is literally for this one tool rather than being shared with something like a reamer or a combo tool or anything like that on the other end. So it's one blade, one spring, two Alox scales, just the typical kind of style. You have the engraving plate in the back there, usual Victorinox nice red shield. And yeah, I just bought one of these, picked one of these up on Amazon because it kind of appealed to me and I'd never tried one. So I will, real snap on that, as you can see, which makes it a very nice kind of slip joint type blade to carry and use for everyday kind of EDC, food prep, that kind of stuff. So it does have some kind of nice mechanics about it, I would say. Put that one there. It comes in a standard box, of course. It's very slim little Victorinox slip box, Pioneer Alox Silver. Doesn't say Solo on there. Here it is in comparison to the Pioneer X. So it's actually just, oh, what a spring. Close this up again and we'll just show you next to the Pioneer X. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock, the Pioneer X is a long-awaited Pioneer plus scissors model, so you can see the thickness difference there. This is quite a chunky knife in your pocket, and this is very, very slim. This can disappear into the bottom of your front right jeans pocket and you never really know it's there. You have a very nice functional little blade if you should need it. So there it is with the Pioneer X. Excuse me while I try and remember how I frame these things. And at the same time as I picked up the Solo, I actually picked this up as well. This is a brand new, never even been pushed out of the box, standard Pioneer silver. So I'll open this up and you see this is a style of box that I'm not too familiar with. And it's not, the knife isn't just rattling around inside, it's actually in this kind of composite fibery sort of insert thing here, and we'll just pop it out of that hopefully. There we go. So this has never been opened, so I wanted to show this particularly being a brand new knife and just test the spring on this compared to this one. As you can hopefully see here, if I can get my focus right, the knife blade which starts here is also sharing the reamer on this spring and this layer. So I would expect the pull on this knife to not be as severe. Yeah, it's definitely not as severe as the one on the Solo, which I'm not knocking the Solo for that. I really like it. It's got a nice kind of snap to it. So pretty cool. Definitely a nice little knife to carry. It's maybe not one I'll carry a huge amount, because when it comes to Swiss Army knives, I mean, I normally carry a modern folding knife anyway. When it comes to Swiss Army knives, what you're really looking for is a lot of utility in a small package. And whilst this is an excellent cutting tool, and as I say, really good for EDC stuff, whether it be opening boxes, chopping up an apple, whatever it may be, really nice little blade for that. It doesn't even have something like the combo opening tool, like the Bantam does, which packs in a flathead screwdriver and a cap lifter and stuff like that. So there's definitely has limitations, but as a piece and as part of a Victorinox collection, definitely pretty nice. And this is, as I say, the 93mm model. According to SACWiki, there is, I think it's a 108mm version, which I have never seen, and is probably, I imagine, quite rare because I don't really hear much chat about that. If you've no idea what these are all based on the Pioneer chassis, so they're all of the same length, 93mm, and different number of layers. But if you've no concept what size that is in relation to anything else, you may know the size of Victorinox Classic, which I have here. So you can see there in comparison, quite a bit bigger, but the really thin profile single layer of this does mean that it disappears into your pocket really nicely. The Alox finish on this anodized aluminum or aluminium, if I can get this to focus, you can see is maybe not the best quality on this particular one. There's a little bit of chipping all along the back here. I don't know how well you can see that. I'll see if I can get my camera to focus on this in particular. You may be able to see there. Yeah, you can see in this light quite well. Just right along there at the top, there's quite a lot of chipping along the edge of the coating. I guess that's just where they fit it after doing the scales. I don't really know too much about the process of how these are made, but I found that that's pretty noticeable on all the silver ones I've had, so it's not a big deal. The overall fit and finish is usual Victorinox, nice sharp edge, and yeah, just the usual kind of standard stuff. They have produced these in lots of different colors in kind of recent years. I think the most famous ones were a run they did for the South African market, where they did a really nice orange, green, blue, and I think black. So there are some variations out there. I picked this up on Amazon. I've seen them on eBay quite a lot, and actually looking around, Googling this to find out prices and so on, a lot of people are referencing this as being discontinued or not being able to find them. I don't think it's discontinued. Maybe someone else can chip in on that, and it certainly doesn't say on SACWiki that it's discontinued, but certainly don't seem to be all that common these days in comparison to the likes of the Bantam, so I'm not too sure about that. One thing I did read on SACWiki that I thought was quite interesting is, now again, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this on the camera. You might be able to see here the blade tapers off towards this scale, down towards this side, so it has a kind of an asymmetrical profile. It's not running straight down and centered in the groove, as a lot of knives would be, of course. So it's the same kind of blade that would be used on, like so this one here, if I can work out what way I'm lining things up. So it'll be the same style blade that's used here, the asymmetrical shape, so that it comes off to this lower side so that the reamer can be accommodated on the same layer. It basically makes space for that second tool. So although the Solo only has one tool, it's actually making space for it with this blade style. And according to SACWiki, there's a lot of these out there with a symmetrical blade, one that basically runs straight down and is centered in that slot or in that groove. And there's a lot out there with asymmetrical, and there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to which one got what. I'm guessing it's just whatever they had a stock of, or whatever was assigned to that production run, or whatever it may be. But quite an interesting fact, and I don't know, how common it is to get a symmetrical versus an asymmetrical, but pretty neat little fact, I thought. So that about wraps it up, guys. That is the Victorinox Alox Solo. I'll just hold it up here on the end against the standard. So you can see there the standard Pioneer on the right. We have the Pioneer X in the middle and the Solo on the left. So you can see there's the three kind of thicknesses. Pretty cool knives, and definitely quite happy to have this in the collection. I'll carry it from time to time and enjoy using it. Really nice little slip joint, excellent snap on it. Definitely don't want to get your finger in the way of that. And yeah, I think if you can find these, you should be expecting to pay somewhere between $15, $20, something like that. So not a huge lot less than like so the standard Pioneer, based on the fact that you're getting a quarter of the tools, or less than, in fact, because some of these are multiples. But yeah, definitely not an expensive piece, and the usual pretty decent Victorinox build quality and aesthetic. So You can see there, pulling the nail nick has actually chipped off the edge of my nail just during this video, so you can definitely tell the strength of the pull by that. So there you are, guys, that's the Victorinox Solo. As I say, hopefully going to be making a few more videos. I plan to make a couple more tonight, so you're guaranteed at least probably 2 or 3 in this current batch. And I will try and get back into making it a bit more, making videos a bit more. I do enjoy it. It's just finding the time and taking focus away from something else that really is a little bit more important in my life. So hope you enjoyed this, guys, and comments as always are welcome. And yeah, back soon. Thanks. Bye for now.